Heroes. I'm Victory Knight, coming to you from Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine, League of VetaHuman. I'm your host on VetaHumanz Live today. We are following our journey of our VetaHuman in training, IVANNASAURUS. So thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I know our last podcast was kind of the beginning of the semester, but kind of update us. How's it been going? Just update us.
It's rough right now. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We've had this past week, and then next week we have 4 exams. So it just does feel like nonstop, constant heavy studying, instead of in smaller portions. But it's okay. It's gotta get done.
That's okay. I know it might seem rough, but it's going to be all worth it at the end.
Yeah.
I know. So, on the brighter side, how would you say, what would you say is your favorite course this semester?
I like anatomy. Large animal anatomy is cool. The concepts are not that they're more difficult to grasp, but I just think it's cool because I do want to work with larger animals, so it's nice to see the hands-on. Just see it more, learn it more in person and stuff. I also, I really like the structure for VSAC too. I think VSAC again is our veterinary and skills competence, I think it is. And it's just where we learn a bunch of different skills. I think it's really set up in a good structure this semester. And I like how our reflections are now. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Rebel.
So what are you currently learning in VSAC?
Today I learned to do a IV medication, so intravenous medication to an equine, so horse. So that was cool. I was nervous, but it was cool. And then we also did intermuscular injection as well. These aren't real medications. It's just saline. It's just for us to practice. Yeah, it was really cool. And then yesterday for large animal anatomy, we went to the annex. So the annex is where all the horses stay on campus. So I got to go twice this week. I love the annex. So I went yesterday for large animal anatomy. We did a demonstration where we were learning how to palpate and kind of just palpate the horse for the landmarks on them, the bony prominences on them, so that we can locate where we are in their body. And we also took our stethoscope so that we could auscultate or listen to their lungs, and their heart and their GI, so their intestines, the gut cells. And yeah, it was just cool. I just love being with the horses, so it was nice.
I'm glad, because I know you love your large animal experience. So it's kind of a good way to kind of, get a little dip of what you love. So that's good.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. What would you say has kind of been the most interesting thing you've learned so far? I know we're kind of into week 5. So I know there's kind of been a bit.
I think for histo, I really liked the respiratory segments. I think it's the one that I grasped the best, and I just think it's cool the way that the lungs work and the way that they look. They're very pretty, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, it keeps us breathing and alive.
Yeah, important.
That's good. Well, I know kind of last semester we kind of talked about different strategies or anything. Have you changed any of your strategies for these upcoming exams and stuff you've mentioned?
Yes. First of all, I have changed my sleep schedule to the place where I now go to sleep before 10 p.m., but I do wake up at 4 a.m. most of the time. I will lie. I don't want to lie and say every day I'm at 4 a.m. on the dot. I'm not. Sometimes I'm up at 5. Sometimes I'm up at 6. But for the most part, I do shoot for 4 a.m. because I like getting those 3 hours before school to just study and when the world is quiet. Because I used to, at least in undergrad, I used to love staying up to study because it was so late, but all my classes were later in the day. So it didn't really matter. I would still get a good amount of sleep, even though I was staying up into the late hours of the night. But for vet school, we go in early. So it was kind of catching up on me, trying to stay up to study and then also waking up early for classes. So I just was not sleeping good last semester. So I'm trying. I think it's working so far. It's helping me to be more attentive in class instead of being sleepy in class. There's still some days that I feel tired though. And what else? I also have been more intentional in doing segmented studying. So like I said, since I am doing that sleep schedule, I do get at least 3 hours a day of studying. At least that's the goal. My goal has, because before I wouldn't study like every single day. I would kind of do like bigger bulks on like maybe 3 days of the week. But my goal this semester is to at least do a minimum of 1 hour of studying a day. And so if I can do more than that, then that's amazing. So that way I'm not like procrastinating. But yeah, to sum it up, my sleep schedule is better, so it gives me more time to study.
That's good, because I know that was a goal that you mentioned last podcast. So that's
Yeah.
amazing, and love to hear it.
Yes.
And I know, what would you say has kind of been your biggest challenge since the semester has started, and how have you been overcoming it?
I think physio is just my biggest challenge in general. I think the mechanisms of the body, it's super cool, it's intriguing, but it doesn't always grab my attention. So because it's not grabbing my attention, it's not really sticking to me, like how it all connects. So that kind of affects like my other courses. So that's the challenge that I'm having. I'm still in the process of trying to overcome it. I'm not going to lie and say that it's overcame or overcome. I don't know, but I don't know how to say it. But it's a work in progress. I think I'll do better this time. Again, it's respiratory, so I do like the respiratory segments of classes. So I'm hoping that this is sticking and that I'm gonna do well on this exam. Not that I want to be doing well to be like passing my exams, because that's honestly not my goal. Like obviously I need to pass my exams, but I want to be learning to learn, not learning to pass a test. And so that's what's been like my challenge, at least like with physio. It's just I don't feel like I'm learning it the way that I would like to be learning it. And so it just feels like I'm doing what I got to do to pass the exams. And I just don't like how that feels. Yeah.
No,
That's a challenge.
completely understandable. But I know when you put in your effort and everything, I know you'll get it.
Thank you.
Of course. So now, we've been talking about classes, let's talk personal care. How I know you mentioned your sleeping's going really well. Would you
Yeah.
say how's like your
Except today. I'm tired today.
how's your meal prep? And I know you used to do that a lot. Have you still been doing those?
I be meal prepping so good that sometimes my food lasts more than a week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get tired of it. I get tired of eating the same thing every day. But like, I don't at the same time, because I like grew up on leftovers. So I don't mind eating like leftovers every single day. But every time I would plan a meal, like I would make it so that it would last me five days. But I think because we got some couple lunch and learns and I didn't calculate that into when I was cooking. And so I had a lot of meals left over. But it helped me in the end, because like this weekend we had a big bulk of studying that needed to be done. So it helps me to give me more time to study and like not be in the kitchen as long. But I have been keeping up with it. I like it. It's a really good thing. Even I feel like if you're not in vet school, you should be meal prepping. It's so good. Like it helps you so much. But yeah.
Have you tried any new recipes? Or
I
do you
don't think
plan?
so. I do plan to. This week I do plan to. I'm gonna make in Spanish it's pollo empanizado. So I think in English it's like breaded chicken. So I'm gonna make breaded chicken with like a pesto pasta, and then like it's gonna I don't know. It's gonna be yummy. I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be yummy. It's gonna be good.
It
And
sounds
then I'm also
delicious.
gonna do it's called picadillo in Spanish. I just don't know how to really explain it, but it's like ground beef with like veggies in it, and then I'm gonna make with rice and potatoes on the side. So I'm excited for this meal. These like my dinner and my lunches for next week.
Oh, that's exciting. They sound delicious.
Yes.
So I love that you try new recipes, and it keeps it.
Yeah, because last semester I was eating basically the same stuff on rotation. I didn't get tired of it, because then I would be like looking forward to like what was gonna come. But I was like, you know what, I want to try something new this semester. So I'm gonna try like maybe 2, 3 new recipes so I can at least mix it into the cycle.
No, yeah. What would you say have been your biggest win this semester, like this past month or this semester? Personal
This
or
past
academic?
My biggest win. You see, this question always stumps me. Like every time. I don't know why I don't come with the thought like, oh, they're gonna ask you your biggest win. Let me think. My biggest win this past month. It's February. We're going to be going into March pretty soon. Oh, not even pretty soon. I feel like time flies so much that I'm just like, what the heck? I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. I have such like fuzzy brain right now. Or is it hazy brain? I don't know. I'm tired today, as you can tell. I'm sorry, guys. For those listening, I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. I know you got plenty.
Hold on.
I mean, you working on the equine that you love so much. I think
It is
that's
a
good
big win.
That is
I
a
think
big
that's
win.
a big win. I was literally as soon as you said that, like it popped into my mind like maybe like a second before. Because I was thinking I was nervous today, but I did it. And I had a really nice horse. And that's what gave me the confidence because I was pretty nervous. And my instructor, bless her heart, she's like the best instructor ever. I won't say names because I don't want people thinking I have favorites. But she was very helpful. So yeah, that was my big win. Overcoming that
Perfect.
nervousness.
I love it. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for being on the show today. You can learn more
Thank
about
you.
the other League of VetaHumans superheroes at the VetaHumans.org. If you like this episode, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And remember, use your powers for good.